Order. Question is Secretary of State for International Trade, James Grundy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Question number 1, please, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, with your permission, I will take questions 1 to 8 together. We are firmly committed to our manifesto pledges to uphold our high environmental, food safety and animal welfare standards. Under the EU Withdrawal Act, our current standards are taken into UK law, and the Secretary of State has now placed the Trade and Agriculture Commission onto a statutory footing.
James Grundy.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Would my right honourable friend agree that the actions of the government on strengthening the Trade and Agriculture Commission firmly dismiss the rumours that UK food standards would be compromised as a result of Brexit?
My honourable friend is absolutely right. Placing the Trade and Agriculture Commission on a statutory footing will indeed ensure that public and industry interests are advanced and protected in Britain's agriculture trade policy. As the National Farmers Union has said, this significant commitment to primary legislation on food standards, both in the Agriculture Bill and the Trade Bill, is exactly what we have been calling for.
We now come to Anthony Brown.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The farmers of South Cambridgeshire are some of the most efficient and environmentally friendly farmers in the country, but they do have some concern that they might be undermined in any trade deal by imports produced to lower animal welfare or environmental standards. So they strongly welcome the government's decision to put the Trade and Agriculture Commission on statutory footing, welcomed also by farming groups and environment groups across the country. Can my right honourable friend tell me what role that commission will play during the actual trade negotiations to make sure that standards are maintained?
Minister.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I thank him for that question. He is a reliable supporter of farmers in his constituency. During the actual negotiations, the Trade and Agriculture, the Agri-Food Trade and Agriculture Group will feed in during the negotiations. But as he's also asked about the TAC, can I use this occasion, Mr. Speaker, to praise the chairman of the TAC, Tim Smith, for his excellent work done so far and in very good time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I know colleagues right across the House welcome the news on the Trade and Agriculture Commission's statutory footing for a strong voice for our farmers, but also for expert independent advice from this House as we look at the impact of each trade deal on agriculture. Can he say when he expects those amendments to be published and for the bill to resume its progress?
Well, Mr. Speaker, we plan to table the amendment to the Trade Bill at report stage in the House of Lords. In terms of when, obviously scheduling of business is a matter for the business managers, but we intend the bill to be completed by the end of the transition period.
We now come to Duncan Baker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Representing a rural constituency such as North Norfolk, where farming is the lifeblood for so many, my farmers are delighted about the Trade and Agriculture Commission's statutory footing, and it has been applauded by the National Farmers Union as well. So can you just reassure those remaining constituents that this will protect animal welfare, it will protect farming standards, and it will help allow the farming sector to assess the deals that come forward for their important sector?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I know from my right honourable friend, the Secretary of State, how important farming is in Norfolk, both in her constituency and in his. Can I tell him that farming has a very strong voice on the Trade and Agriculture Commission, with all of the NFU, NFU Scotland, NFU Cymru, the Farmers Union of Wales and the Ulster Farmers Union on it. It puts UK farming at the heart of our trade agenda and allows the sector to help advise on our future trade deals.
Julia Crosby.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and may I thank the Minister for his answer. The extension of the Trade and Agriculture Commission is incredibly welcome by farmers across Ynys-Môn and shows this government's commitment to upholding our high food standards. What feedback has the Minister received from Welsh farmers regarding this move?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I know she's a strong and passionate voice for Ynys-Môn farmers, and the feedback has been extremely positive. Putting the Trade and Agriculture Commission on a statutory footing has been welcomed by NFU Cymru. President John Davies, he said it was a milestone moment and one that should be welcomed by all those who care about our food, environment and high standards of production.
Robin Moore.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Latest figures show that the UK's agri-food sector is now worth £122 billion to the UK's economy, and there is plenty of room for growth. So as we now set out in the world as an independent global trading nation, can my right honourable friend confirm that even though we now have the weight of the Trade and Agriculture Commission in place, the UK agriculture will be at the forefront of your mind as we go forward in these future trade negotiations?
Well, Mr. Speaker, my honourable friend is absolutely right. And crucially, we would never want UK agriculture to be sidelined from our trade agenda. We need and have UK agriculture fully on board to take advantage of selling our fantastic British food and drink produce into foreign markets. Already, for the first time in many years, we are selling beef into the US, pork into Taiwan, and have secured better agri-food protection in our recent UK-Japan trade deal.
Draws, we'll go to Flick Drummond.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. According to blind tasting, French champagne has nothing on the South Downs sparkling wine. Hambledon, Wickham and Exton Park are some of the vineyards that produce brilliant wine in the Mearn Valley. We have some of the best produce in the UK. Will our FTA support this burgeoning industry?
Well, Mr. Speaker, I look forward to tasting some of this Mearn Valley wine, although I have to say 9:39 in the morning might feel a little early. But, Mr. Speaker, our commitment to promoting British wines is very strong. Among the potential 70 geographical indicators in the UK-Japan CEPA deal are English wine, English regional wine, and Welsh regional wine. And we are in regular contact with WineGB and the Wine Trade Association to help promote this vital industry.